general condition of the left side of the bus.
Okay.
You should have no broken glass. You want to be sure that your marker lights are good and they work properly.
Those are the marker lights up there.
Them little tiny ones are your marker lights. This is a marker light. You want to be sure that they're all on and they work properly. You want to be sure the mirror is secure. The mirrors are secure. Any compartments on this side, you want to be sure that everything is secure.
So you don't need to check the fuse box and what's in the fuse box?
No.
Okay.
The only time you need to talk about fuses is when we're inside the bus.
Okay.
And we'll get to that. I'll talk about that. Although there are some circuit breakers and things out here. But
we're not required to open them up or anything?
No.
Okay.
And this is a fuse panel in here as well, but you're not required to open them up. You just need to tell them that the fuse panel's in here, it's secure. The batteries, okay? You want to tell them that the batteries are secure and there's no corrosion and all the connections are good and tight.
Okay.
We work our way right on down. This is another circuit breaker panel in here, and we just want to be sure that that access is secure.
Okay.
Again, reflective tape is on, and our reflectors are on.
Okay.
No broken glass, general condition of the bus. Now, when I get in between the tires, this is when I get down, and I get down on a knee, and I look under the bus. And this is where, if I forgot to tell her about the exhaust system, so the big muffler,
yes,
now I could bring that up.
You're talking about this rust one right here?
Nope, that's kind of aluminum colored, silver colored. There's like a tank there.
Oh, I thought that was the air tank.
No, those are actually mufflers over there.
Okay. Yep.
Those are. That black right there is an air tank.
Oh, okay.
So the silver is the exhaust system. So I'm going to follow it from the turbo all the way back to the tailpipe. And I want to be sure it's secured to the mufflers. It's secured. It's not loose. And it's not leaking exhaust.
Okay.
And again, I can look at my frame, make sure there's no welds, cracks, or breaks. And then at the same time, see that rusty, smaller diameter? That's the drive shaft.
Oh, okay.
So I want to be sure that my drive shaft is secure and all the U-joints are in good condition. Okay. And then I'm looking for any loose wiring or hoses. See how all that stuff's tied up nice?
Yes.
Want to be sure that none of it's hanging down or there's broken wires or anything that doesn't look right under there.
Okay.
And you can see on number 6 there, it talks about the U-joints and drive shaft, and then it talks about check for any loose wiring or hoses. And then you can note that the air tank is secure.
Okay. So
and that's why I'll get down on a knee. Sometimes it'll jog my memory. I'll go, oh, I forgot to talk about the air tank or the exhaust or the drive shaft.
So we got the air tank, the exhaust, the silver tanks, and then the drive shaft goes all the way down.
Yep, the rusty drive shaft.
And at this point, do I need to say what this thing is right here?
Nope. You don't need to. All that is an accumulator for the air conditioning system, and you don't need to talk about that.
I just talk about the hoses and all that.
Just the general condition of the general hoses.
Okay.
There, you don't reflector, our corner marker lamp, everything looks good. Our mud flaps are on and secure. We're going to talk about the springs again, even though they're hard to see. We have spring mounts. See how there's multiple leaves on those springs?
Yes.
Okay. We want to be sure that they're secure and that the mounts are secure. There's no cracked or broken or missing leaves.
So this is the spring mount right here. I don't know if you can see, and then this is the spring leaf springs.
There's actually it's a spring assembly. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves on the top, and then one leaf in the bottom. That's separated.
Right there, down there. Okay.
So that's the spring assembly. Conditioning condenser here.
Okay.
But you don't have to point that out.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
And if for some reason they ask you, that's the air conditioning condenser.
Okay.
Now we get to the back of the bus, and again we're looking at the general condition of the back of the bus. We're looking for broken glass. We want to be sure our license plate is on and up to date. We're going to get down and take a look underneath. Both mud flaps are on. Tailpipe's secure. There's no leaks. No loose or hanging wiring or hoses. want to be sure that our tail lights, our backup lights, our brake lights, and our turn signals are all functional. Want to be sure that our marker lights are in good condition. Our reflectors are on.
So these are the reflectors, these two right there?
Yep, these
Okay.
are reflectors, and then all this is lights.
Okay.
We want to be sure that our emergency door is secure and functions properly.
So you can open it and show the
Yeah,
examiner?
and I wouldn't even open it. I
Okay.
wouldn't even take the time to do that unless they ask you to do it.
Okay.
And that's another thing. I mean, sometimes different until I get over here, because then this will jog my memory,
Okay.
because it says fuel. So you want to be sure that the fuel cap is on, it's vented and secure.
Okay.
We want to be sure that the fuel tank is secure and there are no leaks.
Okay.
All you got to say about that.
So you don't even have to go down there and look at the
if
fuel
you
tank?
feel comfortable enough not bending down and looking, yeah, that's the fuel tank.
Okay.
It's underneath that shield. But again, it's not as the exhaust. Yes.
Okay.
And just to simplify it, I know it looks like there's a lot to the exhaust, and there is. All these new diesel engines have what they call particulate filters on them. And that's what that is. This is actually the muffler back here, but it has a particulate filter in it.
And the filter, is it that square thing you're talking about?
There? No.
Oh, okay.
That's your DEF. That's your diesel exhaust fluid.
Oh, okay.
And these actually, so you got to make sure that this is full, and there's a gauge right next to the fuel gauge in the bus that tells you how much DEF is in it.
Okay.